All right, so I met up with someone that I met in a biology class at community college in the year 2008. And of course, she was really interested in me, and I was interested in the two other girls that were sitting at the table that were much more attractive than she was. So she never really got my attention, but those really attractive girls that were part of our lab group, they never wanted to give me the time of day. But as with most men, we have a tendency to gravitate towards what our eyes are telling us we desire. But while I was walking around in the museum with her, I really thought to myself, it's like, why did I do this? Why did I call her? Why did I message her this week? And it was just out of sheer isolation and loneliness. Because as a person that very much so is similar personality wise to myself in the sense that she doesn't have a whole lot of friends. In fact, I think her boyfriend might be the only actual friend she had, and I didn't even know she had one of those. Like she hadn't mentioned that to me in the all the years that I've known her, and we're the same age. She wanted children, but she never found anyone that wanted to have children with her. But besides that, so A sent me a video on how you're not ugly. And I am going to read you guys this because what ChatGPT created for my introduction perfectly matches the scenario I was in with this person today. Let's get one thing straight. You're not ugly. I don't care what you've been told or how you feel when you look in the mirror. Beauty isn't about having perfect skin, a designer wardrobe, or whatever trend the internet is pushing this week. The truth is, the only truly ugly thing in the world is a bad attitude. So, today we're diving into what really makes someone beautiful, how to protect your peace from negativity, and why confidence starts from within. Stick around. This might just change the way you see yourself forever. This is a rosy piece that you guys know I would never go near with a 10-foot pole. This, to me, is more toxic than anything that I talk about on my channel because it wants you to gaslight yourself. There's never been a day in which I didn't go and look in the bathroom mirror. Hell, I never look in the bathroom mirror because I scare myself. I'm so ugly. And so, why would I do that to myself? I brush my teeth in the shower. And the only thing I do in front of the mirror is I sort of kind of style my hair, but I don't really need to do that anymore as long as I just like comb it straight forward and then like put my hand underneath it to give it like a little, I don't know, a little wave on top. That's it. That's my hairstyle. But it's the energy that I got from being around her was this. On a scale from 1 to 10, she's a solid 1. A 1 out of 10, guys. And there's a reason why she's still single. Because she's a 1 out of 10. But her attitude is a 10 out of 10. She has, despite all of the setbacks in her life, despite living at home right now, despite having an amazing education, right? 2 master's degrees, I believe 3 bachelor's degrees. She's a very educated person and is thinking about going back to school. In fact, we were talking about this as we were walking around in the museum. But I thought to myself, this person is a person that has taken every hit, every negative hit from her life throughout her entire life. And yet she doesn't allow her attitude to change. The whole time that we walked around, she had nothing but positive things to say about her life. And I thought to myself, I didn't know what to say. Like we were walking around in a makeshift jail today, and she was talking about having to sleep on the metal grates that they had inside the jail. And she still had a positive attitude. And I'm like, how is this person a 1 on the physical scale, right? But a 10 out of 10 when it comes to personality and a positive attitude. Like at one point she told me that it's a very fulfilling to do community service to her. That service towards the poor is one of the most compelling things in her life. You don't hear that very often. And so, what my thoughts were, not only does she feel that way, but there's people like me who are the exact same opposite. We're like water and oil. We just can't mix. Because when I think of this attitude that I have, that I've developed over the course of my entire life, is that nothing good ever happens. And I've been painfully single my entire adult life because I just don't have the right attitude. I don't want to settle for a one because what would be the point if you were in a relationship with a person like this? Like, Mr. Happy would never come out to play. And you're just like, that was the great thing about being around her. It's like, I never felt anything in my pants at all. I swear to God, there's times where I think it went inside. But with that said, here are my three talking points because the monologue's gone on way too long. Beauty is about energy. You can't control your looks. Negative people don't define your worth. And when I thought of these three talking points, I thought not of people, but the way the corporations treat us. Because apparently, according to a comment that I got this morning, I am not forceful enough about how terrible it is to work for a heartless corporation, where every day you come home and your soul is crushed more and more under the boot of Evil Corp. And with that said, let's get into talking point number one. Someone with a perfect appearance but a mean spirited attitude can seem unattractive, while a warm, kind person shines regardless of their looks. Really, shines regardless of their looks. I have people in the comments telling me this all the time, that because they're ugly, that people won't even acknowledge them. I mean, I felt that my entire life. Like sometimes, even when you work in retail and you're wearing that uniform and you know you're not attractive, you know that people are grossed out by you because of what you look like. I mean, they're runway models, they're GQ models, and then there's the proletariat. And we all kind of have the same features, right? Short, you're round, you're dark, you're mildly educated, and for the most part, you have to acknowledge that a lot of the bad things that happen to your life, the types of jobs that you get, the types of people that you're around, the the way the education system treats you, because there are scientific studies that show that teachers are kinder to the more attractive students. The less attractive students get pushed into the background of a classroom because teachers just don't like looking at them. And I believe, as a proletariat man, that this is exactly what happens to us. A person who's not attractive and believes that they're going to shine regardless of their looks is living in a fantasy world. Because being tall, being attractive, being the stereotypical attractive person in our society has a lot of benefits. You, in the comment, many of you talk about how much easier it is to be a girl. Not just a girl. We're not talking about this person that I was hanging out with today. She's got no advantage from being a girl in her entire life. She's short. She's built like a refrigerator. And I mean, life has been cruel. You know, she spent her entire life never living outside of her parents' home because she can't find someone who will support her in a way that she would like. But regardless, because internally, this person's personality is top notch. I I would think that if this were true, she wouldn't be living in the situation that she's in. And corporate America loves to kick the proletariat. It just absolutely adores it. In fact, in toxic positivity today, I wrote down this: two master's degrees, no health benefits, but a rosy disposition. And it's not enough. Think about what that means. You're a middle aged woman who spent a large portion of your life in school and you have no health benefits and you work in education. The cruelty behind that can't be lost. It can't be an amazing coincidence. So, moving on to talking point number two. A positive attitude doesn't just make you more attractive to others. It changes how you see yourself, creating a feedback loop of confidence. I don't understand this. The other day someone left a comment that said just because you change your attitude towards hot coffee doesn't mean it's not going to burn you. And that's exactly what you're doing here. You're trying to create a positive attitude in a world in which having a positive attitude really hurts you. Your job doesn't care about your positive attitude. They'd love for you to show up every day at Evil Corp and smile, put on a work theater in which you pretend that you're not living in hell every time you have to come back to Evil Corp in order to earn another couple of pennies towards a life that is just impossibly expensive. But your positive attitude, I think, in the long term really hurts you because when it comes to being positive towards life, it means you're moving towards a positive goal. This person that I'm talking about is not moving anywhere positive quickly. In holding on to that attitude, it only means that you're lying to yourself every day. That somehow things are going to get better. She said this to me today. It's like I think I'm going to look for another job because I need health benefits and I need more money. And I thought to myself, if that were possible, would have already had that job because she changes jobs just about every single year and has never broken, I believe, $40,000 a year. And she's a person that attitude of hers has really helped her stay afloat. Because if I had two master's degrees and I was in the teaching system and I was still forced to live at home, my attitude would be very different. I already have a pessimistic attitude. And the reason why I don't gaslight myself every morning is because I have the mainstream media to tell me that every single day about how great the economy is, how the world is doing so well. But the reality is I only see people who are doing badly. And if you're doing badly and you have a positive attitude towards life, then the only thing that you're going to do is continue to somehow force yourself into believing that this is normal. And this is a big point in all of my videos is normalizing this world the way it is right now by having a positive outlook on life and having an attitude that reflects that. It doesn't make you more attractive to Evil Corp. It makes it even easier for Evil Corp to continually treat you badly. Not having health benefits while being a teacher to me goes to show how little they think of you. Any job that doesn't offer you benefits doesn't consider you to be a human being. Because human beings, first of all, need money. Secondly, they get sick. And third, they're getting older every year, which means they need to start saving money in order to be able to be okay when you're 80. Most people I know don't make enough money, don't have any sort of plan for retirement other than the Pine Box community that we're all slowly heading towards. So, this idea of maintaining a smile and a positive attitude, you're just gaslighting people into accepting the circumstances that we should never have to accept. The way that our society is right now is absolutely wrong. And anyone that's going to participate in saying that this is so great, that everything is fine, that, you know, nothing needs to be changed, has must have sided somehow with benefiting from it in some ill-conceived way, because I don't understand how you can do that. So, moving on to my third talking point. Don't let the opinions of unhappy people shape your self-image. Protect your peace and stay focused on being the best version of yourself. I want that tattooed somewhere on every proletariat person's forehead. If you can truly do this, if we have to look at each other and see that message, I mean, I can't even believe I'm doing an entire video on this. Don't let the opinion of unhappy people shape your self-image. Oh my God. I don't even know what to say at how many things are wrong with that. There are people who are not blessed in many ways. Physical appearance, financially, education, and sometimes you get all three in one person. But don't let an unhappy person shape your self-image. Let's say you're the Johnny Sixpack, you're below average looks, and you see a woman that has above average looks, right? Susie Rottencrotch today's got the fakies on the front, the fakies on the back. She's got lip fillers. She's wearing more makeup than a circus clown. She's got the blonde hair, and she's never going to give you the time of day. She may be an unhappy person, but she's a good-looking person. If that person, if you need to protect your peace and stay focused on being the best version of yourself when she says no to you, Johnny Sixpack, this is where I'm going with this. Evil Corp does the same thing to you. Evil Corp loves unhappy people because they're so much easier to torment in the workplace. Happy people don't take miserable jobs. It's by default that they refuse to take miserable jobs. A happy person isn't going to go to Evil Corp and have their soul crushed every day, because that would begin to shape the your self-esteem. If Evil Corp is shaping your self-esteem every day by treating you like crap and attaching that motivational car battery to your boys every morning at 8, and once the car battery is done giving you the motivation and charge you needed in order to increase your productivity between 40 and 60%, if that's not enough to shape your self-image, then Fleece shows up an hour later, smelling of alcohol, feet, and maybe the devil's lettuce. Who knows what Fleece does when in between meetings with the proletariat. And then suddenly, as you try to deal with the discomfort of the car battery, bam, suddenly your tighty whities are between your ankles and something bad's happening to you. But don't let that unhappy Fleece shape your self-image. Don't let Fleece get inside your head, because he's already back there doing his dirty, filthy business like the booty warrior likes to do. Because remember, it's more important than food and water to Fleece. And he doesn't care about how unhappy people shape your self-image, because Fleece is going to be back there in the throes of passion until he gets what he wants. And you, once he's done with the filthiness of what he's done to you at Evil Corp, because it's part of the employee handbook, what Fleece does to you. And so you're going to pull up your tidy whities and you're going to think to yourself, can I really do this for the rest of my life? Can I show up here, be treated like this, and still protect your peace and stay focused on being the best version of yourself after that just happened to you? This, not only is Fleece taking it out on you, life is taking it out on you. Once Fleece is done, you're home, life comes back with unlivable wages, rents that are too high, luxury food, it just feels like you're just taking it all the time. It's impossible to have a positive attitude in this world. And anyone that can probably is rich. But as a proletariat man, I assure you, every day is the worst day of my life. And it will never stop being that way.